Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about another token that was recently listed on Coinbase today. And this token is called the RAI Reflex Index Price or the RAI token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects you've covered on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website reflexer.finance in order to learn more about this project, right? So again, usually for the purposes of any videos, I would go to the bottom page of the CoinMarketCap site of the project, and I would kind of like provide you guys with some insight on what that project is. But since this is a relatively new and there's not a lot of information on this project on CoinMarketCap, I'm going to rely on the frequently asked questions section on their website itself, and that's basically how we are going to go about, right? So but there is a small definition, or not definition, like a small description of this, of what this project does, and I'm going to basically explain that to you guys. So RAI is a non-pegged ETH-backed stable asset. It is useful as more stable collateral for other DeFi protocols compared to ETH or BTC, or as a stable asset with an embedded interest rate. So again, this is a lot of information presented in kind of like one to two sentences. So what RAI basically is a non-pegged ETH-backed stable asset, right? So it's a token that is not necessarily pegged to any tokens. It's a free floating token with its own kind of price volatility, but it's backed by Ethereum, right? It's a stable asset, but it's still backed by ETH, but it's not a volatile, it's not a stable in the sense like a stable priced asset. It is a volatile asset, right? So it's basically used mainly as a stable collateral for DeFi protocols, such as for several DeFi protocols such as Aave or any other platform on Ethereum. But the best thing is it's much better compared to ETH and BTC, right? It can also be used as a stable asset with an embedded interest rate, which means by holding this asset, you're basically holding an asset that will give you constant interest, by holding onto this token, right? So that's basically the quick overview of this token. But let's go to the reflexer.finance page and go through some of the important sections of this project, right? By going to their FAQ section. So what is Reflexer? Reflexer is a platform where anyone can use their crypto collateral to issue non-pegged stable assets, otherwise called stable coins. Stable coins, as opposed to fiat coins, are not pegged to anything, very similar to how the US dollar is not pegged and it is still considered stable. So if you talk about stable currencies, the point that's being made here is that if you take the US dollar has literally no peg to anything. It's basically printed out of thin air, as you can say, but it's still always worth $1. Every single US dollar is worth $1. Obviously its face value is $1, but its actual value after inflation may be lower, right? But if you see, the US dollar just gets created from thin air, and it gets assigned a value for for whatever reason, right? Similar to that, the RAI token itself is kind of like a stable asset. It's not a stable coin, but it's a stable asset, but it's not, it's kind of like it has its own value, which is not really pegged to any stable coin itself, right? So that's the main distinction. The Reflexer platform itself is a platform where anyone can use their crypto collateral to issue non-pegged stable assets. Again, if you want to create a token that is not really pegged to anything else, which is kind of like a volatile token in of itself, you can basically do that on a Reflexes platform. And these tokens can definitely become a stable coin in of itself, because they are just a free floating stable coin with no value pegged to them, right? So again, that's the main distinction here. So Reflexer is basically the platform, and RAI is basically the token on top of Reflexer, right? So now they're talking specifically about what RAI is and whether it's a stable coin. So RAI is basically a stable coin, right? RAI is actually one of the first stable coins. What most people call stable coins are actually pegged coins. Pegged coins are oscillating around a specific value, usually pegged to fiat coins such as USD, Euro, etc. RAI, on the other hand, is not pegged to anything. The system behind RAI only cares about the market price getting as close as possible to the redemption price. The redemption price will almost always float, thus it won't be pegged. In order to compel system participants to bring the market price towards it. So again, now we are entering a territory that is going to be a little bit more complicated. Again, the functioning of RAI is going to be somewhat similar to the functioning of Ampleforth. If you guys don't know what Ampleforth is, I've covered Ampleforth at least twice in my channel, and you guys can look into those videos on my channel by kind of accessing from a YouTube video, or you can even learn about Ampleforth from their website itself, which is a very interesting project in and of itself. But similar to Ampleforth, RAI is a stable coin, right? But the thing is, the value of RAI is not really pegged to a single stable coin or to a basket of fiat currencies, just like how a regular stable coin would be pegged, right? But the thing is, the system behind RAI only cares about the market price getting close as possible to the redemption price. So again, there are two types of prices here. There's a market price and there's a redemption price, right? So RAI only cares about the market price, getting as close to the redemption price. So the redemption price is a fixed price, and the market price is basically the variable price, right? So the platform only, the token basically only cares about the fact that the market price becomes closer to the redemption price, which is when there will be market participants who are external forces who either due to buying or selling action will try to separate out the market price from the kind of like a redemption price, right? Which is going to be a key thing that many unstable stable coins, as they call, such as Ampleforth, empty set dollar, dynamic set dollars, so on and so forth, kind of rely on, right? So they rely on market participants to bring the price of this token back to the market price, or bring the price of this token away from the redemption price, so that it can remain fairly stable, right? The closer it goes to the market price of this token goes to the redemption price, the higher the volatility, and therefore the higher the system will enable its participants to deflect the price away from the redemption price, right? So that's basically what you guys need to understand. So now that we've established the phenomenon of market price and redemption price, what are these prices actually in the first place? The redemption price is what the protocol wants RAI's market price to be. The market price is the price that RAI is actually targeting at on exchanges. Think of the redemption price as a moving target that the market price is always supposed to chase. So if you take the redemption price, here they've labeled it very clearly. Redemption price is the price that the token is expected to be. The market price is the token price that it currently is, or the realistic price of the token is the market price, and the redemption price is the expected price of the token. So as you guys know, due to market volatility and fluctuations, the token price always shifts, deviates either closer or far away from the redemption price, right? So the main goal is to kind of like make sure that the token price is as, again, either closer or farther away from the redemption price as possible, in order to make profits and gains, right? So that's basically how the system works. It's a little bit of a complicated system. If you guys feel like I haven't really done a good job explaining it at this stage, I'll kind of try to summarize what this project is all about by the end of this video, so that you get some takeaway message, which will help you to do your own in-depth research, right? So will I be charged fees? The Reflexer app and website are free to use. However, you will need to pay transaction fees when you interact with the protocol's smart contract, and depending on the features you use, fees associated with RAI itself, such as stability fee and indirectly the redemption rate. So you don't necessarily have to pay a fee to use the dApp or the website itself, but you may have to pay obviously transaction fees on the network, because you're using the Ethereum network to do this, and you'll also be basically paying fees associated with RAI itself, such as the stability fee as well as the redemption fees, which are charged indirectly, right? So that's how the fee mechanisms work. So if you want to contact the team to learn more about this project, or to just ask other questions, or to even partner with them, you can access their Discord server, and you can even send them a formal email if you have a formal question to ask, right? So that's pretty much what Reflexer Finance does and the RAI token does, right? So what their main selling feature is that they basically provide liquidation protected loans, right? So how does this work? If you see, you can mint RAI, deposit your ETH, mint RAI, and protect your loan from liquidation. So again, similar to MakerDAO, you basically deposit ETH and then you mint DAI, which is an actual stable coin, right? But here, instead of DAI, you're minting RAI, and you basically need to make sure that you keep an eye out for the liquidation price so that you don't get liquidated, right? And when you talk about why you need to like focus on RAI, they have a section here as well, which you can read about. Read a quick explainer about RAI and its advantages, right? So you can read through that if you want. And if you want to understand the protocol statistics itself, you can do that by clicking on this link. Monitor the protocol so you can better manage your position. So again, that's how this system is going to work. So why use RAI? RAI is an ETH-backed stable asset. You can use it to take out loans against your ETH at a small interest rate, as well as protect your loans against liquidation. Liquidation protection enables greater capital efficiency. So again, when you use RAI, you're basically getting a lot of benefits. Some of your main benefits include you're getting a small interest rate by holding RAI, and you are basically protected from loan liquidations by depositing your ETH and minting RAI, right? And also when you protect yourself from liquidations, you're basically using greater capital efficiency to manage your capital, which is also a good benefit to have, right? So here are some of the documentations for developers. So whether you want to take advantage of RAI's repricing mechanism or build an insurance protocol on top of it, our docs are here to help. So again, if you want to use RAI for any form of like your own dApp, or if you want to use RAI to update your own kind of like to include RAI in your own protocol, you can basically contact them and they'll help you with all that, right? Try RAI projects and interfaces that accept RAI. So these are all some of the projects that accept RAI. So Zerion, Zapper, LoanScan, Pool Together, and Sablier, as well as you can earn using Idle, Kashi, and Yearn from different DeFi platforms, right? So again, you also have Fuse, Cream Finance, and Aave as well. And I think there's a lot more projects that are going to be like available as well. If you see, these are some of the main dApps, and if you go to the dashboards, you can see that you're also able to use RAI in Gnosis Safe, DeFi Saver, and DBank as well, right? So that's some basic overview about what Reflexer Finance is and what the RAI token particularly does. Again, overall, all you need to understand is that similar to Ampleforth, um, the price of RAI itself is not really like pegged to $1 or any form of real world value. It basically fluctuates based on its kind of like there are two types of prices: market price as well as the other price is basically the if we go back here, it says redemption price. So redemption price is basically the moving target, as they say, which the market price is basically chasing, right? So depending on market conditions and demand and supply, the market price changes, but the goal is to either be close to the Reflexer price or to be away from the Reflexer price as much as possible, so that if you're close to the Reflexer price, you have opportunities to either sell the token. If you're away from the Reflexer price, you can buy the token. So you basically have opportunities to make money based on these fluctuations, right? And that's obviously going to make this token a very risky token to invest. But overall, that's the fine summary of what this project is and what this token does, right? So let's go back to the CoinMarketCap page for RAI. This token is currently ranked 524th by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and the token is currently trading at $3.06 at the time of making this video, with a 0.51% increase in the past 24 hours, right? So if you see, despite the Coinbase listing, I think the token hasn't really pumped a lot. That's also because of the nature of the token itself, because the token itself is not a very volatile token. It's volatile, but it's not as volatile as other projects, right? So if you want to make a lot of profit from this token, you need to be extremely careful, because not only is this a very unique token to meddle with, but at the same time you need to kind of like get in at the right time and get out at the right time as well, right? If you take the market cap, despite the Coinbase listing, the token is only $33.8 million in market cap. Again, a very low market cap token. If you take the total supply, again, as of now, it's 11 million tokens in circulation, and that's basically the total supply as well. So there's no real locked tokens or anything like that, right? So that's a very interesting number. If we go to the charts, you can clearly see that there's not a lot of volatility, right? Which means this token is fairly close to its redemption price. So if you go here to the 2021 February price point, the token was initially over $3.49, but you can clearly see that the token has been pretty much moving on a very straight line. It's actually stabler than most stable coins. You can clearly see that every once in a while the token dips very low, and that's an opportunity for people to buy this token, and then when it immediately goes back up, they sell this token, right? So although this token does not have a lot of volatility that you would see from other cryptocurrencies, it is a token that can clearly make predictable lows and predictable highs because of an extremely stable price association. And therefore, for people who are extremely innovative traders, they can definitely take advantage of this simple price action. But they may wanna look into the gas fees, because they may wanna make multiple trades in order to make their trades more profitable. But when they do multiple trades, they have to pay multiple gas fees, right? So that's something that you need to definitely pay attention to. But overall, you can clearly see that the token price has been pretty flat, and despite the Coinbase listing, the token price hasn't really done a lot of things, right? So if you take the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, the Bitcoin comparative has been pretty volatile compared to the dollar comparative. You can clearly see that the initial price of this token was 6,300 satoshis. Since then, the token has kind of like been made an all-time low of about 5,000 satoshis, 5,500 satoshis, but has also made an all-time highs of about kind of like 9,800 satoshis. So I would say that if you want to buy this token, it's better to buy it with Bitcoin rather than with dollar comparative. And if you see, the token price is only starting to rise in the Bitcoin comparative, which means you are still at the lower ends of the token buying stage. And once this token goes up to the 900 sorry, $9,600, 9,600 Satoshis mark, then you'll be able to make some good profit, because you are pretty much buying at a 7,900 Satoshi mark, right? But again, this is not going to be an easy trade for everyone. For people who know how to trade this token, it's a good token. But for people who don't know to trade this token, this is a very risky token to hold. So please bear extreme caution on that, right? If you take the market information for this token, you can clearly see that the token is available on Coinbase. You can buy it with USD. You can also get it from Uniswap version 2 as well as Uniswap version 3. You can also get it from Gate.io. You can get it from 0x, Dodo, and 1inch exchanges, right? Pretty much all the decentralized exchanges on Ethereum offer RAI or RAI token, and only Coinbase and Gate.io kind of offer this token in a centralized format, right? So I think this token can also be listed on Binance pretty soon, because obviously Coinbase has already done a lot of groundwork for this token, so it's only going to be a matter of time that this token will be listed on Binance as well, right? But overall, if you see my final verdict on this token is a relatively flat token. You need to be very careful, because if you're trying to trade this token, you need to buy it at the really good price point, which is basically when this token breaks off the peg and goes below a particular price point, which again, if you see the charts, it's only done very few times, right? So it has done that in May of last year, but even if it went down, it didn't stay there for too long, so it kind of bounced back up. So you basically can't really trade this token. But if you want to trade this token, the Bitcoin comparative would be the best price to get into this token, right? For dollar comparative, you're pretty much holding this for the safeness that it offers. It's only been around for still less than a year, but it's pretty flat and stable, which makes it more sense considering the fact that it's just a stable coin that aims to make it stable. But I feel like this token can definitely be listed on multiple exchanges, including Binance, and even the DeFi space. I think more projects will start using this token as an option for borrowing and lending, right? Again, which means that this is not going to be a good token for traders, but it could be a potential opportunity for buyers to get in when the time is right, especially the Bitcoin comparative, and sell it when the price goes up, right? Again, that's just my verdict, guys. Remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.